Welcome to the Baldwin City Ballpark for today's game between the visiting Midwest A's and the home Baldwin City Blues. I am Joe Compton, your broadcaster for the evening. So we will start going through our lineups for tonight, starting with the Midwest A's. Batting first, second baseman Blake Veneman. Batting second, shortstop Landon Bailey. Batting third, the first baseman Drew Oreskes. Batting fourth, the left fielder Mitchell Smith. Batting fifth, the second baseman Easton Wassinger. Batting sixth, the shortstop Tyler Trosco. Batting seventh, the catcher Austin Oldham. Batting eighth, the right fielder Jax Marn. And batting ninth, the third baseman Luke Arndorfer. Pitching for the A's is John Bereslavich. Now for the Baldwin City lineups, batting first is the shortstop Maverick Rockers, following him the left fielder Brennan Johnson. Batting third, the catcher Andrew Brubeck. Fourth, the first baseman Kendall Rivero. Batting fifth, the right fielder Isaiah Garcia. Sixth, the third baseman Quinn Grobel. Batting seventh, the second baseman Logan Groh. Batting eighth, the designated hitter Tyson Grammer. And batting ninth, the center fielder Marquis Williams. Pitching for the Blues tonight is Eric Kelly.
Throwing tonight's first pitch is Romy. Throw it away.
This is the home opener for the Baldwin City Blues. They are 0-2 currently on the season, 0-1 in Mid-Plains League play. That 0-1 happened in last night's game against
You're good to go.
That game was against the Midwest A's in Belton, a game which saw the now 2-0 A's win 11-4. The Blues look to split the series tonight, and the A's are looking to sweep. Well, we'll see if that happens after a short break. We will take a short break and then be with you in just a few minutes. And just an FYI, when we take a break, we will cut the microphone. So if you can't hear anything, that's what it is. Okay, bye. So we're back here in Baldwin City after the break, and we are just about ready to go. Starting pitcher for Baldwin City is Eric Kelly. Kelly, a native of San Diego, just completed his freshman season at Baker University here in Baldwin City. Posted a 10.42 ERA in 12 appearances. And I believe all of those appearances were in relief. Relief, obviously, a little different animal than starting. But he's got his work cut out for him today. And by work, I mean, well, we'll see. As we are ready to go, batting first for the Midwest A's is Blake Veneman. Veneman, a native of Overland Park. Swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 is the count. The second pitch by Kelly is high and in, and the count moves even at 1-1. Veneman currently plays college ball at Missouri Western in St. Joe. Briefly had a stop at Allen County before that, as he takes that pitch in there for called strike 2, 1-2 the count. One, two, low and in the dirt. Count even once again at 2-2. So if the trends follow the way they have, then this will be a strike. It has been strike ball, strike ball. Of course, if it's a strike, then the ball will be on the next batter. But 2-2, chopped foul. So we will do it all over again. Last night's game, 11-4 in favor of the A's. Baldwin City actually out-hit them 12-11 in that respect. However, left a lot of runners on base. And just in general, as this pitch just outside, count goes full. Payoff pitch. Hit too short and past the glove of Maverick Rockers into center field. And Blake Veneman gets on with a leadoff single. The A's have their first base runner of the game.
Now batting for the A's, the shortstop, 0, Landon Bailey.
Now, Landon Bailey steps in. Starting tonight's game, came in as a sub last night. A native of Lee Summit takes the first pitch in there for called strike 1. Bailey was no stranger to the lineup at Avila University, where he just completed his senior season, as Kelly throws over to first, and that throw is very awry. So Veneman will be able to take second base no problem. And the A's have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. It seemed to be quite the common theme last night. But oftentimes, Baldwin City would work their way out of the jam. We'll see if they do that again as that pitch catches the outside part of the zone. 0-2 the count now. In those 52 games at Avila, Bailey hit .328 with 12 home runs, so can swing the bat as he fouls that one off. And count remains at 0-2. And I see we are having some video difficulties. I will do my best to reset those. And there we are. That pitch inside nearly hits Bailey, but he gets out of the way. So the count now 1-2. One, two, hit into shallow center field. It will be Williams getting that. Bailey gets to third. Bailey to first. Veneman will hold up at third. The A's have runners at the corners with nobody out.
Now batting for the A's, the first baseman, number 7, Drew Oreskes.
Now Drew Oreskes stepping in, the second lefty in the lineup for the A's thus far that we've seen. First baseman from as he hits that one to second base past the glove of second baseman. And Veneman will score. Bailey will replace him at third. So the A's plate their first run of the game and continue to have runners at the corners.
Now batting for the A's, the left fielder, number 8, Mitchell Smith.
3 singles in a row for the A's. And Mitchell Smith will look to keep this line going. As first pitch, outside, 4-1. Smith will chop this one foul. Count moves to 1-1. Smith, originally from Blue Springs, Missouri, and a graduate of Blue Springs High School. Currently playing his college ball at Rogers State. This is now his third school. Previously played at Kirkwood Community College as well as Pratt Community College. As the 1-1 pitch goes inside. Count now 2-1. Two and one is low in the dirt, but well blocked by Andrew Brubeck. So the count now 3-1. Three one, fouled off, and we have another full count. Second full count of the evening for Eric Kelly. The first result was a single, as was actually the result of all 3 at bats for the A's thus far. Kelly will look to reverse his fortune, and Smith will look to follow his teammates. The payoff pitch, low in the dirt. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And we're going to have a mound visit from Wilson Kilmer. And with that, we are going to take a short break and be back with you guys at the end of that break. We're finished with that mound visit.
Now batting for the A's, the second baseman,
Easton
number 24,
Wassinger
Easton Wassinger.
stepping in with the bases loaded, trying to drive in another run. His squad already up 1-0 as the first pitch of the at-bat goes outside. So the count now 1-0. Just about the same location on that one, so 2-0. Count now as 2-0. Once again outside. 3-0. 3-0 pitch in there for called strike one. So 3-1 the count now, and Kelly wastes no time as that one is hit into right field. Bailey will score, and everybody will move up 1. 2-0 A's now.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 23, Tyler Atrosco.
Tyler Trosco, the next batter in as he swings this one into left field. As once again, a single, everybody just moves up 1. So it is the old Popeye perpetual base running. As Trosco really wasted no time there, just swung at the first pitch.
Austin Oldham.
As Austin Oldham, the new batter, this is his first game up for the A's this year. As he sees the first pitch high for ball 1. Oldham, a native of Gardner, Kansas, nearby actually to Baldwin City. It's about 20 minutes from here. Appeared in 10 games in his junior season at Central Oklahoma, and he will see that pitch in there for called strike 1. Oldham from Gardner, as is the second baseman for Baldwin City, Logan Groh. As that pitch by Kelly is outside, 2-1 the count. It's a decent night out here in Baldwin City. Not as nice as it was last night in Belton. As the 2-1 high, 3-1 the count. It's a little warmer tonight with some chances of storms around 8 o'clock. We will update you on that as we get them. As the ball 4 and the A's score a 4th run. Bases remain loaded with nobody out.
Now batting, the catcher, number 37, Jax Marn.
Now Jax Marn also making his A's debut tonight. Marn, a native of Olathe, went to St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Overland Park, as he sees the first one in there for called strike 1. Marn just finished up his freshman season at Colby Community College. He appeared in 16 games and hit .277 for the Trojans. Is that one inside, but does not hit him, so the count goes to 1-1. Colby Community College notable alumni Eric Sim, otherwise known as the King of JUCO, as that pitch low and outside, 2-1 the count. The 2-1 swung on a miss. The count goes even at 2-2. And this one is hit into shallow right field, as that one will go fair right on the line. Wassinger will score, and he's the only one. So another an outfield single this time. But the A's.
Now batting the third baseman, number 27, Luke Arndorfer.
Plate another. As Luke Arndorfer takes the first pitch into center field. Marquis Williams lays out to get that one, but cannot get it. And that will be another single. And we return to the top of the lineup. As this is now Blake Veneman.
Now batting for the A's, the second baseman, number 5, Blake Veneman.
Veneman, 1 for 1. Had an infield single and has already scored a run. We'll see if he would like to as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. That one out of the zone as well. Ball 2. Two zero, fouled. The scoreboard should be updated now. It was not before. As the 2-1 in there for called strike 1. Called strike 2, so the count is now 2-2. The 2-2 swung on and above the glove of Kelly. Maverick Rockers will make the throw. That throw in time. So the first out retired. However, that will score another.
Now batting the shortstop, 0, Landon Bailey.
And that will bring up Landon Bailey. So now runners at second and third for the A's, 1 out. Bailey 1 for 1 with a single as he swings at the first pitch and it is into left field. And it is a ground rule double. So that will clear the bases. 2 more runs come across for the A's. Score 9-0 now. And
the first baseman, number 7, Drew Areskes.
Drew Areskes steps in. As you see the first pitch in there for called strike 1. That pitch inside, 1-1 the count now. Pitch outside, 2-1. Areskes is 1 for 1 with a single and a run. So he's looking to keep this top of the first inning alive. Big swing, and a big miss. The count now at 2-2. 2-2, low and inside. The count goes full. Kelly now on his third full count, I believe. And looking to payoff pitch. High for ball 4. As Tanner Kilmer will step out for a mound visit, and this should be the end of Eric Kelly's day. We're going to take a quick break and let you know who the new pitcher is in just a few short moments. Back now. After the break, the new pitcher for Baldwin City is Gavin Alvarez. He replaces Eric Kelly. Kelly's stat line has not gone final, but we will tell you what that is the first pitch to Mitchell Smith is fouled off 0-1 the count. As the pitch is in there, 0-2 the count now. So Alvarez wasting really no time to make his presence known as far as balls and strikes have gone. Obviously, Smith isn't out until it's strike 3, but there is strike 3. Swing and a miss. Smith caught swinging on a high fastball. And 2 away now for Easton Wassinger. So far for Kelly, as a pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 1. So far for Kelly, 8, so 1/3 of an inning, 8 hits, 9 runs. All of them earned. Is that one low again? 2-0 the count. Two walks, and then Should Valey and Oreskes score, those are Kelly's runners. As that pitch is in there for called strike one. This one is hit on the third base side, and that will be out of play. So 2-2 the count now. Two outside. The count goes full. 3-2. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. So that'll do it here in the top of the first inning. 9 runs off 8 hits, no errors, 2 left on. The A's take a commanding 9-0 lead after just half an inning of play. So with that, we're going to take a short break and be back with the bottom half of the inning. Back here with the bottom of the first inning. It will be Maverick Rockers leading things off for Baldwin City. If you're just now joining us and see the number on the scoreboard, no, that is not a mistake. The Midwest A's got out to quite the start of the game, as Rockers hits this one into left field, and that will be Mitchell Smith laying out to make the catch, which he does. So, one away here for Brennan Johnson.
Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Brennan Johnson.
As Johnson sees this first pitch by John Bereslavich in there for strike one. That one once again in there. Count quickly 0-2. Bereslavich originally from Gladstone, Missouri. As Johnson hits this one above the glove of Landon Vale into left field. Brennan Johnson on with a 1-out single for the Blues' first base runner of the game.
Now batting for the Blues, the catcher, number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
As Andrew Brubeck, the next batter in, as Bereslavich's pitch outside, 4-1. As this pitch is hit into left field. Mitchell Smith giving chase, but chase no longer. He cannot. That ball is gone. A home run by Andrew Brubeck cuts the deficit just a bit for Baldwin City. The score is
That home run for the Blues, number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
as Baldwin City shown that they can bite back a little bit. And Kendall Rivero stepping in now.
Now batting for the Blues, the first baseman, number 5, Kendall Rivero.
As the first pitch to Rivero, outside for ball 1. Rivero is a native of Lee Summit, Missouri, playing his college ball currently at Culver Stockton in Canton as he sees that pitch in there. And the count goes even at 1-1. That pitch way outside, and Marn could not corral that. However, with nobody on, no matter. As Rivero swings this one to third base. The throw over to first. Not in time. As Kendall Rivero works himself a one-out single. I would call it a single. We'll see how the scorer scores it. As Arndorfer kind of fumbled with the ball a little bit, and obviously that was a very, very close play at first. But for all intents and purposes, I'm going to call it a hit as Isaiah Garcia keeps the line moving. Hits it into left field. As Rivero at second, Garcia at first, and in steps Quinn Grobel.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 7, Quinn Grobel.
Grobel stepping in. And he swings and fouls off the first pitch, and there's really been a lot of balls put in play. If you look, 8 hits for the Midwest A's in the opening part of this frame. Baldwin City with 4 hits already. And folks, this could be a home run derby tonight. We shall see. Currently, if it is, then as Grobel swings and misses for strike 2, if it is a home run derby, then Baldwin City is leading in that respect. However, the scoreboard says 9-2, and I would say that's probably the more important part. As Grobel sees the 0-2, low and inside, 1-2 the count now. Grobel, an incoming college freshman, just finished up his senior season at Blue Valley North, will be going to Cali Community College next season, as will the on-deck man Logan Grow, as that pitch to Grobel, low and in the dirt, count moves even at 2-2. Two-two, swung on a missed. Grobel is set down. 2 outs now. And the first strikeout of the game for Bereslavich.
Now batting for the Blues, the second baseman, number 11, Logan Grow.
And in is now Logan Grow. Grow also going to Cali Community College next year. Just finished up his senior season at Gardner Edgerton High School. Sees that pitch in there for called strike 1. Swings and misses. Throw down early in this one. 0-2. The 0-2 outside, and Martin thought that was it, but that was pretty far outside. The count moves to 1-2. We will do this over again. The 1-2, lone in the dirt. Count moves even at 2-2, and for the second consecutive batter, Bereslavich has had 0-2, now 2-2. And that was the 2-2 was the end of the line for Quinn Grobel. We'll see if the same is the case for Groh. And it is not. That ball is hit into left field. Rivero being sent home. And Garcia to third. And an RBI single by Logan Groh. Baldwin City has runners at the corners with 2 outs. For the designated hitter, Tyson Grammer.
Now batting, the DH, number 21, Tyson Grammer.
Grammer, another high school graduate from nearby Lawrence High School, will play his college ball here in Baldwin City at Baker next season. As he sees the first pitch low and in the dirt for ball 1, and Groh will quickly take second. I'll give him stolen base for that. As Jax Martin's going to come out and talk to his pitcher and tell you a little more about Tyson Grammer. This is his first game for the Blues. Not been able to watch him play thus far, but he is a left-handed batter, and I can always appreciate that. I am left-handed myself. As kind of just a catcher, shortstop, pitcher conference, which is now done as the home plate umpire talking to Jax Martin a little bit. I think Martin just doing his best to calm Bereslavich down. Bereslavich finishing with him. Just finished his senior season at the University of St. Mary. Played for the A's in 2023. As that ball is spiked in the dirt behind, as Martin not sure where the ball went, and I don't know. I think maybe he thought that Garcia wasn't going to run, and Garcia easily taking Martin just kind of not being quick getting the ball, as Garcia will come home. Groh moves to third, and the count moves to 2-0. For St. Mary, Bereslavich attended Central College, as Grammer hits this one on the third base side. However, it will go out of play. So the count now 2-1. A few former Central College players for Midwest A's on this team. I believe they have 3. None of them currently attend Central, but all did at one time. As that pitch is low and in the dirt. 3-1 the count. Of course, Central, a Division III in the American Rivers Conference in Pella, Iowa. University of St. Mary in Leavenworth, as Grammer fouls that one off, and the count goes full. Bereslavich not the only University of St. Mary Spire. Max Hernandez, a pitcher for the A's, also going to St. Mary, as is, here's the payoff pitch, low in the dirt. Ball 4, runners at the corners for Baldwin City with 2 outs. As we are bringing up the bottom of the
number 8, Marquis Wilkerson.
it now, but as this ball is hit into center field, and that will be Austin Oldham making the grab. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the inning in Baldwin City. 4 runs off, 5 hits, no errors, 2 left on. We go to the top half of the second inning. Baldwin City cut into the A's lead just a bit, but the A's still lead 9-4. And we will be back after the break. Back here with the top of the second inning. Tyler Ostrowsko leading things off for the Midwest A's. Gavin Alvarez out for another inning of work. Ostrowsko 1 for 1 with a single and a run. He swings on the first pitch and fouls it off into the fence. So the count quickly 0-1. Ostrowsko, an Olathe South Falcon originally in high school, now a Rose-Hulman fighting engineer. As he sees that pitch in there, 0-2 the count. Gavin Alvarez, originally from Garfield, Kansas, just outside of Larned, where he graduated high school, now a Baker Wildcat. The 0-2, low for ball 1. Larned, Kansas, of course, the county seat of Pawnee County, not too far from Great Bend. The 1-2, hit to the second baseman, Groh. The throw over to first in time. And that retires Ostrowsko. And so Austin Oldham will be the next batter up. Oldham 0 for 0.
Number 26, Austin Oldham.
0 for 0 with a walk and a run. Oldham, as we said before, plays his college ball currently at Central Oklahoma. However, you will see as he takes the first pitch in the outer part of the zone for called strike 1. We'll see, or eager eyes will see on the front of his helmet, that is a Neosho Panther. Panther Cougar. I think it's the Panthers as that pitch outside for 1-1. JUCO mascots, not my forte always. And Panthers and Cougars often slip me up. The 1-1, low for ball 2. Of course, Neosho Community College in Chanute, often a power at the JUCO level. As the 2-1 on its way and in there. The count goes even at 2-2. It is the Neosho Panthers as the 2-2 is fouled off to the third base side. Kansas, of course, chock full of lots of JUCO talent, not only in baseball, but in all sports. Think about many of the famous JUCO products throughout all of sports, such as, well, we'll get to them in a second, as the 2-2 swung on and missed. Alvarez has his third strikeout of the evening, and 2 away here in the top of the second inning for Jax Martin.
The catcher, number 37, Jax Martin.
Martin 1 for 1 with a single and a run in the first inning. I feel like a broken record saying that, but that is simply what is happening. As the first pitch fouled into the first base side. 0-1. Some of the famous JUCO products in Kansas. Tyreek Hill playing at Garden City Community College. Alvin Kamara at Hutchinson for 2 of the NFL players. There's a long list of them. Adam LaRoche and Fort Scott, as that pitch is in there for called strike 2. 0-2 in the count now. And if you want to feel old, Drake LaRoche's Birmingham Southern University just completed their run at the College World Series in Division III as that pitch low and in the dirt for ball 1. As Birmingham Southern could not complete the Cinderella story. They were eliminated by Wisconsin Whitewater, and their school is now closing, but as the 1-2 hit fair goes foul. Chopped pretty weakly on the third base side. Originally looked like it was going to go fair and then took a bounce foul. But we will do it over again at 1-2. Of course, Drake LaRoche followed the White Sox around the clubhouse in his youth. While his dad played for the Southpaws. The 1-2 high. Count goes even at 2-2. 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the second. That's a lot of T's, a lot of 2s. The Blues have 4 runs. What's the square root of 4? 2. There's another 2. The square root of 9 is 3, though, so we can't use that one. As that pitch low in the dirt, and the count goes full. So now there is 3s and 2s with 2 outs. Should Martin reach base, Luke Arndorfer will replace, or not replace him, but will step in and try and keep the inning going. But before that, we will have the payoff pitch on its way now. And it is hit into left field as Johnson able to corral it, and that'll be all for that as Martin gets his second run of the inning. Excuse me, not second run of the inning, second hit of the game. No runs have been scored this inning. There haven't even been 2 hits this inning, but in steps Luke Arndorfer. Arndorfer, like many of his teammates, 1 for 1 with a single and a run. In fact, Arndorfer was, as that pitch is way outside for ball 1, and Martin gets his opportunity to take second base on the wild pitch. In fact, the first 9 batters, so everybody in the A's lineup has a run today. They all scored in the first time around. And the next guys to get on base were stranded. There was 2 of them as the 1-0 count now goes to 2-0. So 2-0 the count now with 2 outs. Lone in the dirt, 4 ball 3. So 3 pitches, 3 balls. So you have to think on this one, it's just going to be the right down the chute fastball that Orndorfer will take, but that's just my assumption. It's why we play the games. We'll see as that pitch is in there for called strike one, and my assumption was correct. So the old adage about assumptions is not correct this time. And I live to fight another day. Three one hit into center field. Williams will make a throw to home, all the way displaying that arm strength. Marn will hold up at third, Arndorfer at first, and that we will return to the top of the lineup with Blake Veneman.
Number 5, Blake Veneman.
Veneman 1 for 2 in the game so far. Scored the first run, had the first hit and scored the first run for the A's, and then was retired out on the base pass for the Blues first out of the game. As he sees the first pitch, foul past the third base side. Currently, this one's not gone the quickest, as updating you all on the forecast. Looks like we're not supposed to have storms until about 10 o'clock, but we could have some rain coming in here soon. As the pitch in there for called strike 2, 0-2. Of course, here in Baldwin City, it is a dirt infield, so want to be cautious with the playing surface. We have played through rain before, but that's usually in the later innings when we're just trying to get the game done. As the 0-2 fouled into the fence right above the third base dugout. The count remains 0-2. So we will see what happens there, and like I said, we will update you all on the forecast. But for right now, no rain, just a lot of humidity. The 0-2 hit past the foul. It's past the third base line again. This time went foul right before the third base, and had that been fair, Quinn Grobel was not able to get a hand on that. So that would have been definitely another run, probably a single, but the A's would have added to their run total. The 0-2, high and outside, and the count is now 1-2. One and two to Veneman is fouled. So that's, I haven't been keeping track, but I believe that is his third or fourth foul ball of the at bat. So he's been good at just getting a piece of it, just not yet putting it in play. However, he has put it in play in both of his at bats so far, and he's probably looking to keep it that way. As the 2-2, this is hit into left field. Brennan Johnson giving chase. He has no problem with it, and that'll do it here in the top of the second inning. No runs off, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. We move to the bottom of the second. Midwest A's still leading 9-4. And with that, we will take a short break and be back in just a moment. Do not go anywhere. Back here in the bottom of the second inning in Baldwin City, the Midwest A's have a new pitcher, and that new pitcher is Max Hernandez. Hernandez, a native of Overland Park. Actually, this might not even be Max Hernandez. They have two number 28s on their roster. So this very well could be Garrison Martin. I really have, unfortunately, not really sure. So it is.
Excuse me, pitching for the A's.
It is actually Garrison Martin. So Martin pitching for the A's. Martin, a native of Garnett, Kansas. Currently attends Coffeyville Community College. And stepping in is Maverick Rockers. As Rockers sees the first pitch.
For the Blues, the shortstop, number 31, Maverick Rockers.
As Rockers sees the first pitch. I believe that was zone. As he fouls that one off. I thought the first pitch was a strike, but it did look a little outside. So, fun fact about Garrison Martin, he was actually signed to play here in Baldwin City, but ended up playing for the A's. That one goes low and outside. Yes, so the count is 1-2. To Maverick Rockers. Rockers 0-1 with a line out to, as that one is nearly hits him. The appeal down to first. He did not go, as it didn't look like. So the count is 2-2 now. To Rockers. Rockers, yes, lined out to left on the first pitch of the Blues. Not the first pitch of the game, but the first pitch the Blues saw is that breaking ball just a little low inside as the count goes full. Payoff pitch, fouled off, and the count remains full. We will do it again. And that pitch low in the dirt, 4-4. A leadoff walk for Maverick Rockers. He did it well, very, very disciplined, as he was down 0-2 in that at bat, and eventually
the left fielder, number 3, Brennan Johnson,
worked himself into a full count walk, and the Blues have a base runner for Brennan Johnson. Johnson shows bunt. He gets it down. It will be fair. The throw to first, not in time. Actually, I believe it was in time, but Oreskes stepped off the bag. So Johnson with a well-placed bunt, as well as he is a quick runner, able to get to first. So two base runners.
Number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
For Andrew Brubeck. Brubeck 1-for-1 with a home run. That home run was the first runs of the game for Baldwin City. As that's the first pitch outside, 4-1. Brubeck gets a piece of this one, but will be foul on the first base side. So the count moves to 1-1. So John Barislavich's day is done. That pitch, nice little breaking ball in there for called strike 2. So the count now 1-2. We will read Barislavich's line. 4 runs off. Well, we'll watch the pitch first. That one is low in the dirt. Count moves even at 2-2. 4 runs off 5 hits, no errors, 2 left on. As the 1-2 is hit into center field, It looks like it will be Oldham making the play, and he does. So, one out now for Kendall Rivero.
Now batting for the Blues, the first baseman, number 5, Kendall Rivero.
Rivero 1-for-1 with a single and a run. Hey, that rhymed. Looking to as Martin started to go, but wheeled around, tried to catch Rockers at second, but there was not a base run. There was not a fielder covering second base. As this pitch, this little breaking ball in there for called strike one. So that is this pitch once again. And they're called strike two. Rivero thought about it and started to kind of twist his shoulders a little bit, but ended up not even starting a swinging motion. It's the 0-2 pitch. Rockers goes, as does Johnson. The throw to second is over the head of Veneman. So Rockers will score. Johnson will move to third. And the count moves to 1-2. The score now 9-5. So much happened in just a short amount of time. Had to catch my brain up on what happened, but the 1-2 outside, the count moves even to 2-2. So started to lights on here as Rivera fouls this one off. Remain at 2-2. The lights here are on in Baldwin City. I know it's hard to believe, but we've played an hour and we're not even done with the second inning. If we get through all 9, we might be here until midnight. If they don't kick us out by then. 2-2, hit, fouled. Of course, with the rain, we will try and see if that happens. We'll try our hardest at least to get through 5 innings so that the game could be marked final, but I'm not sure. There have been times in the past where the 2-2 hit into center field, and Oldham ready to make the play. He does. Johnson will tag up from third. And the sac fly from Rivero plates another runner, so 9-6 the score now for Isaiah Garcia.
Now batting for the Blues, the right fielder, number 1, Isaiah Garcia.
Garcia 1-for-1 with a run as he sees the first pitch. High and outside for ball 1. Yeah, so the score as Garcia hits this one to left, Mitchell Smith giving chase, and he makes an over-the-shoulder grab. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the second. 2 runs off, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left on. The Blues have cut the A's lead. It is now 9-6 going into the top of the third inning. And with that, we will take a break and be back with you shortly. Do not go anywhere. Back here with the top of the third inning, Landon Bailey leading things off for the Midwest A's as the humidity gets a little more severe. We're going to get some, we already have some fog on the window of our press box. Unfortunately, I can't step out to clean that off, but I will do that in, well, whichever break we have next, whether that's a mound visit, end of the inning, we will see. But until then, I will do my best as this first pitch to Bailey is outside for ball one. Alvarez, the pitcher again for Baldwin City. And that pitch catches the low inside part of the zone. 4 called strike one, 1-1 the count now. As this ball is hit foul, unfortunately, not only does the fog inhibit your view, it also inhibits mine. So I'm going to have to get another view as the 1-2 outside. Count moves even at 2-2. In other baseball news, the Royals lost again, so it's happening. Never like it as the 2-2 is hit up in the air. Marquis Williams in center field is under it, and he will make the grab. And Landon Bailey is retired for the first out of the inning. Bringing up Drew Oreskes. Oreskes 1 for 1 with a hit, a walk, and a run. Oreskes, native of El Dorado Hills in California, as he sees the first pitch low and outside for ball one. Now currently plays his college ball at Dordt University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as he will swing and a miss for that one. Sioux Center different from Sioux City, although both in Iowa. Sioux City, the home of Briarcliff and Morningside University. Morningside, a perennial NAIA football powerhouse. The 1-1, low. Count is 2-1. In other, the Cubs are losing to the White Sox 5-0. I don't like that either. That pitch high and outside, 3-1. Both Chicago teams kind of bad right now. Cubs started off the season hot and have cooled off. As a 3-1 swung on and missed, so the count goes full. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed again. Oreskes is sat down, 2 outs now, and that is strikeout number 4 for Alvarez. As now Mitchell Smith steps in. As the rain is supposed to start now, have not seen it, or so says Apple Weather. Not always the most reputable source, but in this case we will believe it as that pitch is in there for called strike 1. Either way, the humidity is, well, I can't see much. Let's put it that way. As this one is hit into center field. That one off the wall in left center field, and Mitchell Smith is on with a 2-out double. Fortunately, I'm kind of down to the last corner of what I can see on our window. But in steps Easton Wassinger. Wassinger, a graduate of Blue Valley Northwest. He sees the first pitch, low and outside for ball one. Just finished his first year up at St. Louis University. Did not appear in any games for the Billikens, but was on the team. As the 1-0 is hit into right field, as Smith will not go home. The throw from right field by Garcia got into home, and I don't think there was really any chance of Smith running. So with that, we will...
Right fielder, number 23, Tyler Atrosco.
keep going, as this is Tyler Atrosco. Atrosco sees the first pitch and fouls it off on the third base side. The count now 0-1. The 0-1 nearly hits Atrosco inside, and the count moves even at 1-1. Sorry about that, folks, as Tyler Atrosco catches a hold of one and hits a 3-run home run. So the A's extend their lead once again. It is now 12-6 in favor of the visitors.
The center fielder, number 26, Austin Oldham.
As Austin Oldham steps in. The A's have done all their damage with 2 outs here. The Blues retired the first 2, and the A's have since responded with 3 hits and 3 runs as Oldham swings and misses on the first offering. So the count is 0-1. The 0-1 quickly turns to 0-2. Another swing and a miss. This count goes 0-2. As this one is hit on the third base side, but out of play. So the count remains at 0-2. The 0-2 pitch in there for called strike 3. Make that the fifth strikeout of the game for Alvarez, and that'll do it here in the bottom of the third. Excuse me, the top of the third. 3 runs off 3 hits, no errors, nobody left on. We move to the bottom of the third inning with the A's leading 12-6. Back here with the bottom of the third inning. We have figured out our fog issue for right now. Leading off
The third baseman, number 7,
for the Blues is Quinn Grobel. Grobel 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Takes the first pitch by Martin. Inside for ball 1. And about the same result there, so the count is now 2-0. I said 0-1, I meant 1-0. It is now 2-0. Starting to drizzle a little bit outside. You can't really see it on the field, but I did as I went out to clean. As that pitch high and ways away. Count now 3-0. But I did see and feel some raindrops, just not many of them and not enough to stop us playing. If we have this amount of drizzle as that one is high, and Grobel works a 4-pitch walk, but if we have that level of drizzle for the entire game, we should be fine.
The second baseman, number 11, Logan Groh.
As Logan Groh steps in, and we will fix our video issues. I'm seeing that we have them, as Groh takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. Occasionally our capture card likes to freeze up on us, and so it doesn't always work out as that pitch away for ball 2. Well done by Marn to corral that one, because that one was going quick, and Grobel would have easily taken second had that gotten by him. But the count now 2-0, and Martin gets a pitch in the zone, so the count now 2-1. Grobel swings at that one. Excuse me, not Grobel, Groh swings at that one, so the count is now 2-2. Kind of slips me up a little bit when it's Grobel and Groh back to back. But the count now 2-2. Grobel runs, and that one is hit into left field. Mitchell Smith giving chase, and he will make the grab at the warning track. So Grobel quickly moves back, and there is one away in this inning for Tyson Grammer. That one was
Now batting for the Blues, the DH, number 21, Tyson Grammer.
That one was nearly out of here if that fence was about 3 feet shorter, as Tyson Grammer sees the first pitch outside for ball 1. But if that fence was about 3 feet shorter, that would have been gone. People like to call football a game of inches. I like to call baseball a game of inches as well. In fact, I think there are a lot of sports that could hold that title. This count is 1-0, and that one in there for called strike 1. Grammer 0 for 0 with a walk, was stranded at first to end the bottom of the first inning as he sees this pitch outside. The count now 2-1. NCAA D1 Super Regionals coming up. Those were announced last night, and I'm excited for a few of them. There's that one in there. The count evens up at 2-2. Most excited for Virginia, Kansas State. Excited to see if my Batcats can continue their run. I wasn't really expecting us to beat Arkansas, but we did. Virginia will be a tough test as Grobel runs. He will be safe, and that was a ball, so the count goes full. Credit a stolen base for Quinn Grobel. The other Super Regional I'm very excited for will be NC State, Georgia. We'll see if former Midwest A Garrett Pennington can keep his Wolfpack in the postseason, as that one goes outside for ball 4. And Grammer works his second walk of the game.
The center fielder, number 8, Marquis Williams.
Now stepping in, Marquis Williams. With 2 runners on, 1 out, looking to do something, cut that lead. Obviously, the A's scored 3 in the top half of the frame as Williams hits the first one to Oreskes, past the glove of Oreskes. Grobel going home. Williams is going to throw. So Grammer called out at third. Grammer got to second, did not make it to third. He is called out there, but on the throw,
the shortstop, number 31, Maverick Rucker.
On the throw, Williams was able to advance to second. I'm going to call that an error. So an E3, but the Baldwin City gets a run back, And now they have another runner in scoring position with 2 outs. And Maverick Rockers stepping up to the plate. Rocker sees the first pitch outside for ball 1. Pitch, nice breaking ball in there. Count even at 1-1. I could keep listing off the super regionals I'm excited about, but I'm going to be honest, I'm excited about all of them, as that one just misses Rockers. 2-1 the count. I'd like to see if Evansville can continue on their magical run, but they have a pretty tall task up against them, as number 1 ranked Tennessee hosts them, as Williams got a jump. The outside pitch not there. But Williams still would have had it. So he's on third. The count is 3-1. And the 3-1 in there for called strike 2. So the count full once again for Maverick Rockers. Rockers did see a 3-2 count last inning in the top of the second. However, that one started 0-2, ended up 3-2, as it will end up the same result. A 2-out walk, a 2-out walk for Maverick Rockers brings up Brennan Johnson and runners at the corners.
The left fielder, number 3, Brennan Johnson.
Johnson is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 2 runs. If he can keep that run of form going, as he sees the first pitch inside for ball 1, but if he can keep that run of form going, Williams would likely have scored from third. However, a hit as, well, there we go. So Martin tried to throw over to first to catch Rockers. The throw was wide, and with that, Johnson able to score. Excuse me, that was not Johnson. That was Williams at home. I am all turned around. So Williams was able to score. Rockers moves over to second base. And Blues score another one. Rockers goes. However, that one hits Johnson. Rockers going to have to go back. But 2 on for Baldwin City. As our window gets clean once again, we're going to have a mound visit between Will Rogers and Garrison Martin. So with that, we are going to take a break and be back when that mound visit is done. So the mound visit is over, and in steps Andrew Brubeck. Brubeck currently 1 for 2 with a home run. That home run plated the first 2 runs of the game for Baldwin City. The first 2 Baldwin City runs, not the first 2 runs of the game. And then flew out to center, so he's put it in or past the outfield in both of his at bats. He's going to look to get a hit and keep the line moving. As the first pitch is outside for ball 1. The 1-0 swung on into center field, and that would be caught by Oldham. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2 runs off 1 hit, possibly a couple throwing. Actually, yes, at least 1 error. So actually no hits, 1 error, 2 left on. Midwest A's lead 12-8 in the top of the 4th. Back here with the top of the fourth inning in Baldwin City. So the rain's starting to come down. Not that much harder, but I think the thunder and lightning is starting to move into the area. So we will keep you updated on that as I guess it's not a story. The story is not developing. The story is the weather, and the weather is pretty concrete. But we will tell you what is going on as we know it. However, Jax Marn leading off the top of the fourth inning for the Midwest A's. The A's currently leading 12-8, and there is a new pitcher for Baldwin City. That new pitcher is Ty Clark.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Midwest A's, the catcher, number 37, Jax Marn.
Clark, like the two pitchers before him, another Baker Wildcat. His first pitch by Clark is in there for called strike one. Marn, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and 1 run. Stranded on third in the top of the second. As Marn hits this one back to Clark. All Clark has to do is underhand it to Rivero at first, and Marn is retired. So 1 away. And we have a... Never mind. I thought we had a substitution. We did not have a substitution. It is Luke Orndorfer again. My vision's not always the best. And I actually thought it was AJ Alvarez. And it is not AJ Alvarez. So the first pitch to Orndorfer swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. Clark is a native of Junction City, Kansas, home of the Brigade. Attended 1 year at Northeast Texas Community College. That one is high for ball one. Now, of course, playing at Baker. So the count 1-1 with 1 out. As this pitch low and inside, ball 2. If you're just now joining us and you've seen the score and the fact that that is not a mistake, it is the top of the fourth inning. The A's started this game off with a 9 spot in the first as Orndorfer fouls this one off, and it will be out of play, so the count moves to 2-2. So the A's started off with 9 runs in the first. Baldwin City then responded with 4 in the first and 2 in the second. A 3-run home run by Tyler Trosco extended the A's lead, but the Blues at least cut into that a tiny bit as the 2-2 pitch is hit to Grow at second, and that gets to, the throw is in time, so 2 away here as we go to the top of the order for the A's. It is Blake Veneman. Veneman 1 for 3 with a single and a run. However, that single was his first at bat. He has since grounded and flown out. He will try to keep things alive for the Midwest A's in this inning. He shows bunt, quickly pulls back as that pitch is outside for ball 1. So just because there's 2 outs doesn't mean much. The A's did all of their damage with 2 outs as that pitch is in there for called strike 1. Count is 1-1. And so the rain's starting to go down a little harder. I believe we have some people taking shelter under the overhang as that one is low for ball 1. Shelter under the overhang by the concession stand, which is off on the first base side. As that pitch high for ball 3. So the count is 3-1 to Veneman. (3-1) in there. Veneman thought it was ball 4, and actually I kind of did too. It did catch the outside part of the zone, but it was a late ball. It was a late strike call, but it is strike 2 looking nonetheless. So the count is full. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Veneman did it once again. as that pitch caught the outside part of the zone. Nice little breaking ball. But that'll do it here in the top of the fourth. No runs off, no hits, no errors, none left on. That is a 1-2-3 inning. And we will move to the bottom of the fourth inning. That we will take a break and be back in just a couple short minutes. Do not go anywhere. Back here with the bottom of the fourth inning, the Midwest A's have a new pitcher. That is Garrett Kukuk. He is coming in relief for Garrison Martin, so Garrison Martin's day is done. Martin gave up 4 runs, I believe 4 runs, 3 of them earned. We will get you his final line in just one moment. As the rain still, I'm pretty sure, continuing to kind of persist as it is. Hasn't really worsened at all. So just in the off chance that we do not get this game completed, these two teams will meet again on June 20th.
For the Blues, the first baseman, number 5, Kendall Rivero.
That will be in Baldwin City as the first part of a 3-game series. This game could presumably be finished then, but we'll see. You never know. Obviously, after 5 innings, the game technically goes final, but there have been times that the first pitch by Kukuk to Rivero is outside for ball 1. There was a time just a couple years ago where we did complete 5 innings in Baldwin City, and we decided to... That's the pitch low for ball 2. We decided to end up postponing and completing the rest of the game later. Baldwin City was up in that game and ended up sweeping the doubleheader. That was against the Topeka Farmers, as that pitch gets the inside part of the zone, 2-1. Rivero 1 for 1 with a single, a run, and an RBI via a sac fly. He calls time, wants to get another practice swing in him before he gets ready to go again. So the batting order as Rivero swings and misses. Count is now 2-2. So batting order for Baldwin City: Isaiah Garcia on deck, Quinn Grobel presumably in the hole. As the 2-2, low in the dirt, and the count is full. So we do have a new catcher for the Midwest A's as well. That catcher is Morgan Wilkins, but we will tell you more about him when he comes up to the plate. As the 3-2 is hit up in the air, and this will not reach the infield. Oreskes calling everybody off, and he makes the grab. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And that will bring up...
Now batting for the Blues, the right fielder, number 1, Isaiah Garcia.
That will bring up Isaiah Garcia. Garcia, 1 for 2 on the night. A single here. Cut it. As Garcia calls time. He is ready to go. Or not ready to go, ready to go now. Garcia 1 for 2 with a single, a run, and a flyout. Good power hitting lefty. Swings and misses on first offering. So the count 0-1. Garcia, a native of Round Rock, Texas. And I will say it every time as Garcia sees that one low and in the dirt. Count evens up at 1-1. Also in Round Rock, the Round Rock Express, the AAA affiliate of the Texas Rangers, named after the Nolan Express, Nolan Ryan himself. Round Rock also had Deuce Vaughn. As the next pitch to Garcia is high for ball 2, 2-1. Garrett Kukuk, a native of Perry, Oklahoma, finished up his sophomore season at Kansas Christian in Overland Park. Posted 9.35 ERA in 6 appearances. As that one was behind the head of Garcia. The count now 3-1. Kukuk previously attended Bacone College. Bacone, a currently an NAI independent. I thought I had seen news of them joining Actually, and the count is 2-2. I was not made aware of that, as the count is now 3-2. So the count is full now to Garcia. Three, 2, high for ball 4, and the Blues have their first base runner of the inning. And that brings up Quinn Grobel. Grobel 0 for 1 with a strikeout, walk,
The third baseman,
and a run.
7, Quinn Grobel.
A stolen base in there as well for the 6'5 lefty. As Garcia goes, so Grobel swing. That was very interesting because Garcia went and Kukuk decided he was just gonna, throw the ball anyway. I think if he turned around and threw it to second, Garcia would have been gone. But instead, he goes home and opts for the strike, while Garcia takes second. So the Blues have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Grobel originally hails from Leawood, as at time Garcia maybe got too big of a lead. Kukuk stepped off just to show him that, maybe don't get caught sleeping. As Grobel swings and misses once again, that ball is in the dirt. So the count now 0-2. Wilkins did a good job of keeping that ball in front of him and blocking him. I'm sure with, the consistency of the dirt and maybe some of the rain, it probably would have died there anyway, but had they gone past him, Garcia would have had a free trip to third base. The 0-2, high and inside. 1-2 the count now. One, 2, swung on and missed. And that will be 2 outs. And Kukuk's first strikeout of the game.
The second baseman, number 11, Logan Groh.
And Logan Groh steps in with a runner on second and 2 outs, trying to get a run back for Baldwin City. Thus far, Baldwin City has scored at least 2 runs in every inning so far. However, they are in danger of 0 this time as Groh sees the first pitch down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Groh is 1 for 2 with a single as he hits this one into center field. Austin Oldham giving chase, and he will make the grab. So that'll do it here in the bottom of the fourth inning. No runs off, no hits, no errors, one left on. Midwest A's lead going into the top of the fifth inning. So we are about to start the top of the fifth inning, and I have received a word that should this go 5 innings, we will probably not try to make it up. However, I will wait for official confirmation on that one. We do have a new pitcher for Baldwin City. It is Danewar Muskerkin. Muskerkin, a right-handed pitcher, a local product from right here in Baldwin City. Apparently plays his college ball about 18 minutes south on Highway 59 at Ottawa University, where he just finished up his freshman season. Dane's got some pretty short hair compared to if you saw him just a year ago. He had quite the
top half of the fifth for the A's, the shortstop, 0, Landon Vale.
well, his hair was very long. Landon Vale leads off the top of the fifth. Midwest A's leading 12-8. Scored 9 runs in the first inning and have been outscored by Baldwin City since then, but they still lead by 4. The first pitch to Vale is high for ball 1. And the second one just the same, 2-0 the count. So the 2-0 count to Vale is hit into left field. Brennan Johnson giving chase, but he will not be able to get that. Vale rounding first, going to second, and I believe he will stop there, and he does. A leadoff stand-up double for the Midwest A's puts them
First baseman, number 7, Drew Areski.
a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And Drew Reskis, the next batter in. Reskis 1 for 2 with a hit, strikeout, and a walk, as well as a run. So he sees the first pitch high, count being 1-0. As the next pitch is high, Vale went. The throw from Brubeck down to third was a little high itself. And so the count now 2-0. Landon Vale with a stolen base. And count now 2-0. Pitch is high, so the count moves to 3-0. As the 3-0 pitch, low, 4-4. Runners at the corners with nobody out.
Left fielder, number 8, Mitchell Smith.
And Mitchell Smith steps in. Smith, 1 for 2, a double, a walk, and a strikeout. Smith sees the first pitch in there for called strike 1. Something I have just pondered. So obviously the cycle is getting a hit each of the ways, single, double, triple, home run. Would a super cycle be that with a walk? And would it be a super cycle as that pitch goes high? The count moves to 1-1 with a cycle, a walk, and a hit by pitch as the rain is coming down pretty hard now and visibly. Obviously, if they call it now, the game will not go final. That pitch high once again. But we are playing through so far. I'm usually blind to seeing rain outside, but I'm seeing it pretty well. As this pitch in there for called strike 2. Count even up at 2-2. And I was just thinking I should have brought a rain jacket. I did not even ponder that. I don't have any kind of sleeves other than the short ones. As Mitchell Smith swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning.
The DH, number 24.
As Easton Wassinger now steps in. Wassinger 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 2 runs, and a strikeout. If we follow the pattern that he has set for us so far, it was single and a run, strikeout, single and a run. So if trends are meant to be followed, which so far they have not, as he sees the first pitch, low and outside for ball 1. Then Wassinger, we'll see. Let's just let it play out. As that pitch is low, Wassinger gets out of the way. Low and inside, nearly hit him in the shins. However, he did a good job of getting out of the way of it. Count now 2-0. 2-0 in there for called strike 1. And well, I dropped my phone. Whoops. 2-1 to Wassinger. High, and the count moves to 3-1. Three one. Load outside. That is ball 4. So Wassinger works himself a 1-out walk, and the bases are now loaded.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 23, Tyler Atrosco.
For Tyler Atrosco. Atrosco with 2 for 3 with a single and a home run. Obviously, a run on the single and obviously a home run, as Wilson Comer's going to have a talk with Muskerkin. And with that, we're not going to take a break. We're going to start my favorite segment on this day. So I kind of teased it in last night's game, but I like to do this every game. Today is June 4th, so let's take a look on what happened in June 4th in history, starting with 1812, in which the Louisiana Territory was officially renamed to the Missouri Territory. On June 4th, 1896, Henry Ford took his first drive in Detroit. On June 4th, 1944, the United States liberated Rome in World War II. So we're going to tell you about the next one after this pitch. Currently a fresh count 0-0 to Etrusco. And a breaking ball dropping into the zone. It's the count 0-1. On this day in 1989, the Tiananmen Square Massacre. We're not going to end on a sad one, I promise. As that pitch, low in the dirt, 4-1. On this day in sports, on this day in 1838, the first baseball-type game was played in Canada. Of course, I didn't get to it yesterday, but on this day yesterday in history, lacrosse was invented to Canada and Great Britain. So they just got all kinds of sports in the June months. As Trusco swings this one, swings on this one, fouls it off. The count moves to 1-2. On this day, the first Ryder Cup was contested in Worcester, Massachusetts, which saw United States beating Great Britain. We're kind of known for doing that. On this day in 1974, it is the 50th anniversary of 10-cent beer night. A huge mistake, which will probably never be replicated again, at least not at the major league level. As the 1-2 is hit into center field, Marquis Williams will make the grab, and Vail will tag up, so he will score. The throw from center was not cut off, but offline.
The center fielder, number 26, Austin Oldham.
But Brubeck made the move and kind of tried to run after Vail, but wasn't really much to do. That brings up Austin Oldham. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. That pitch outside, 4-1. However, the Portland Pickles were going to do 10-cent beer night tonight. Of course, their game was rained out, so they're going to reschedule it to July 19th. You may find me in Portland, Oregon that night. On this day in 1988, the greatest baseball player of all time doing GOAT things, Rickey Henderson stole 2 bases, set the New York Yankees stolen bases record with 249. That pitch high for ball 2, so the count is 2-1. As this pitch is fouled off into the fence behind us, and the count goes to 2-2. On this day in 1993, your guys' favorite, more cricket facts. The ball of the century in 1993, Shane Warne's probably most famous ball ever in his first ball of the 1993 Ashes series to Mike Gadding. Of course, as this one is hit into right field, it'll get down for a single. There will be a throw home. Oreskes goes home. There will not be a throw there, so the A's plating another. They now have runners at the corners.
Pinch hitting for the A's and playing catcher, number 35, Morgan Wilkins.
We will, as we get quite an emphatic thunderclap. This is Morgan Wilkins, as we said, so we will tell you about him. Wilkins, a native of Lee Summit, as that pitch goes outside. Also plays for Dordt University. There are quite a few Dordt defenders on this Midwest A's team. I believe 3. He hit .305 in 25 games for them. As that pitch is high, 4-2. Originally attended Summit Christian Academy in Lee Summit. Okay, our final on this day's national holidays. Today is International Corgi Day. So if you like corgis, today's your day. It's also National Cheese Day. I like cheese, but I can't eat too much of it. It's that pitch outside for ball 3. It's also National Cognac Day. Shout out Hennessy. And finally, National Shopping Cart Day. I'm not really sure what that is supposed to commemorate, but I guess if you're at the store, put your carts back. It's that pitch outside, and Wilkins works himself a 4-pitch walk. So Tanner Kilmer going to come out once again, as I think we're still having some conversations about the weather, the rain getting closer and closer, but if not, we will have a new pitcher. That is, I believe, Kendall Rivero coming over from first base to, at least we'll see. The rain's coming down pretty hard now. I'd imagine we're going to call it soon. Actually, no, it will not be Kendall Rivero. My mistake. It is Hudson Ivy, who will take the place of or Muskerkin. We're going to take a short break and be back once Ivy is done with his warm-up pitches. We're back here after the break, and looks like the storm is about 12 miles away, or lightning about 12 miles away, so that is within our radius. Call it. No word as of yet. I believe we're probably just trying to finish out the inning, as that pitch by Hudson Ivy is outside for ball 1. Another on this day that I saw while scrolling Twitter. It's Twitter, not X. It's Twitter. On this day is that pitch in there for called strike 1. On this day 17 years ago, Charlie Bit My Finger was uploaded to YouTube. And that was one of the more things that made me realize my own mortality, is that those kids, is that one is fouled off. Those kids are now 20 and 18. I'm old. Not that old, but I'm old. And that'll do it. Swing and a miss. So that'll do it here in the top of the 5th inning. And so, 1 run off, 1 hit, no errors, 3 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, possibly. We might be calling it. Michael Moore, the owner of the Blues, talking with the umps right now. And his assistant coach, Jeremy Husband, is going to join in that conversation. But we're going to take a quick break, and whatever they decide, we will let you know. All right, folks, we have finally reached a resolution. We are suspending play until the next time these two teams play. So obviously there is lightning in the area, so we're going to have to suspend play. The next time these two teams play will be, I believe, Thursday, not September. I have football brain on. Thursday, June 20th. That will be here in Baldwin City, and that will likely be completed right before the start of the next game. So we'll make that not a doubleheader, a header and a half, I guess. So we will see you the next time that we will broadcast is on this Thursday in 2 days as Baldwin City hosts the Topeka Warhawks. That one will be, once again, live here on the Sunflower Sports Network. And with that, we are going to call it. So I want to say thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you next time. But until then, have a good night, and if you're in the weather, well, stay out of it.